Christian Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents The Augustine Way, Retrieving a Vision for the Church's Apologetic Witness by Joshua D. Chatraw and Mark D. Allen. Narrated by Mike Chamberlain. Introduction. Time to make room at the table. St. Augustine of Hippo is arguably the greatest post-biblical theologian in the history of Christianity, and given the sheer quantity and historical impact of his apologetic works, he is at least to be considered the greatest apologist of the Latin West. This is high praise, though not misplaced. So it is surprising that Augustine's works have remained in the background of the debates on apologetic methodology that have taken place in the past century, rarely ever being positioned to address the shape of our contemporary Christian apologetic witness directly. The aim of this book is to recover the great pastor-theologian's mature apologetic voice in order to address the challenges facing the Church today. In carrying out this apologetic retrieval, our organizing questions do not locate us primarily in the past, but rather place Augustine in our present age, that he might speak to us in ways that are resonant. This means we are not simply asking, what were Augustine's arguments, or how did Augustine interact with doubters and unbelievers? Though these are critical questions, our work of retrieval involves animating questions that are in the present tense. What can we learn from Augustine, his own journey, context, theology, and approach, to resource apologetics for our present context? This is an imaginative enterprise through which we ask, if Augustine were here with us, what might he say? With this aim of offering an Augustinian ressourcement, we frame each chapter with scenes from our contemporary context. We have chosen to center our attention, though not exclusively, on confessions and the city of God for several reasons. The need for focused attention given Augustine's voluminous output, the structural and thematic connections between these two works, their relevance to our contemporary setting, their importance within his canon, their wide readership and multiple audiences in view, compared to the specific audiences of his works against particular groups, and Augustine's seasoned theological and pastoral maturity represented by both. Our choice to retrieve the city of God is unlikely to take anyone by surprise, for it is Augustine's apologetic magnum opus. However, claiming that confessions is relevant to apologetics might raise some eyebrows, but it shouldn't. We agree with Chad Meister, who notes that while confessions is clearly a profession, the book is also attempting to persuade readers to the beauty of God, of the goodness of following God and the Christian path, and of the madness of following someone or something else. Confessions narrates how Augustine himself rejected Christianity and traveled through competing philosophies of life, only to finally discover the wisdom of Christ. Through his story-shaped prayer, he sets out to persuade readers to follow him on the cross-shaped path to the good life. By paying close attention in Confessions to what it felt like for Augustine to journey away from and back to faith, and by paying close attention in the city of God to how he approached ministering as a pastor, theologian, apologist in the wake of a resurgent paganism, we hope to recover ancient wisdom to meet the challenges of our day with theological faithfulness and renewed apologetic imaginations. In his eminent biography, Peter Brown traces the shifts Augustine experienced throughout his life, underscoring that he lived in an age of rapid and dramatic change. Mindful of the pronounced changes taking place in society and the challenges Christians felt, Augustine believed it was his pastoral calling to meet the demands facing the Church brought about by the tectonic shifts of his own time. The ideas Augustine offers in Confessions and the City of God are the outworkings of this pastoral calling and still ring true today in our late modern world. Hence, after getting his feet on the ground in late modernity and acclimating to a world of electricity, mechanical horses, and microcomputers,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?